Chapter 1, The Bold Begin, Caesar's Rise to Mastery. When Roman history turned its eye to a young man who would later carve an empire, it was Julius Caesar who first captured that attention. Born into a family of modest nobility, Caesar's early years were marked by a hunger to learn the art of leadership. Even as a boy, he could hear the call of the future. A legion is made from the strength of its commanders, he would later claim, underscoring the premise that greatness begins inside. His march through Italy, from provincial governor to triumvir, exemplifies the principle of strategic vision. Without a clear goal, a republic that could serve his people and preserve his legacy, every battle and negotiation would have fallen to chance. Caesar's vision was simple yet profound, a unified state founded on the rule of law. He mapped the path toward that destiny, making calculated moves with patience and foresight. From a modern viewpoint, this reminds us that ambition without clarity is merely wishful dreaming. Before launching a startup or a personal project, ask yourself what you aim to achieve. Define a single, inspiring goal, something that drives every decision you make. Concrete application: create a one-page vision sheet. Write down your ultimate objective, the values that guide you, and the measurable milestone paths to reach it. Refer back to this sheet after every major choice, ensuring you are always in step with your vision. Key takeaways. 1. A clear vision directs your energy. 2. Vision must translate into concrete, actionable steps. 3. Vision requires continual revisiting and adaptation. Call to action. If this vision has sparked a fire inside you, give this video a like, share it with friends chasing greatness, and hit subscribe for more inspirational history turned living practice. Reflective question: how well defined is your own personal vision, and what steps will you take to align every action with that vision today? Chapter 2, The Commander's Code, Caesar's Core Principles. Caesar distilled his experience into a set of guiding rules, each a piece of wisdom that reverberates even today. These include: 1. Decisive action. He who waits for the perfect moment often misses all opportunity. 2. Adaptability. One should not plant a tree in a dry place, nor hold firm in the face of change. 3. Resilience. The road of triumph ends in struggle. The victor's heart must survive the storm. 4. Self-confidence. Believe as a soldier does in the strength of his arm. In the year 49 BC, Caesar crossed the Rubicon with a single proclamation that reflected his decisive nature: "I have crossed, and you must follow." No hesitation, no backup plan. His decision spurred a movement that reshaped Rome. Today, the same principle can be used to break through inertia. When the marketplace is cluttered, a bold decision, launching a new product, pivoting to a different niche, or shifting strategies, can set you apart from competitors still hesitating. Concrete application: choose one area of your business or life where hesitation has held you back. Write down a bold but realistic step you can take today. Commit to this action tomorrow at 8 a.m. and hold yourself accountable. Concrete application: adopt a pivot calendar. Quarterly, assess your projects. If an initiative is underperforming, apply Caesar's adaptability by planning a timely shift in direction or resources. Concrete application: build resilience by instituting a failure log. Each setback gets recorded, lessons extracted, and strategies for next time. A resilient mindset is cultivated through reflection and action, just as Caesar refined tactics after each military setback. Key takeaways. Decision matters more than perfection. Flexibility is a strategic advantage. Resilience transforms adversity into growth. Call to action. If you're ready to sharpen your decision-making muscles, give this video a like, share it, and subscribe so you never miss a dose of practical wisdom. Reflective question: what single decision today could catalyze a breakthrough in your current endeavor, and how will you ensure it aligns with your overarching vision? Chapter 3, On the Battlefield of Life, Caesar's Lessons in Practice. Caesar's battlefield was the political and military arenas of Rome, yet the patterns he set remain relevant for business, career, and personal growth. He mastered leadership through presence. He led from the front lines of the Gallic Wars, walking beside his troops, and thus earned their unshakable loyalty. His risk assessment was meticulous. Before a siege, he consulted detailed maps, read the terrain, and weighed potential losses against strategic gains. From a contemporary standpoint, leading with authenticity means occupying the front line in your field, be it a project team, a community initiative, or a creative venture. When stakeholders observe your unwavering commitment, they are more motivated to follow. Concrete application, leadership presence. Arrange weekly field visits where you experience the day-to-day operations of your business or organization's frontline staff. Use this time not to dictate, but to listen and share personal stories that humanize the mission. Concrete application, risk assessment. Adopt a decision matrix for every major venture. Break it into risks, benefits, resources required, and potential alternatives. Make your choices based on an objective framework, not just gut instinct. Concrete application, personal brand. Publish a regular reflection series titled Caesar's Corner, where you share real-time updates, challenges, and insights. This transparency turns your personal brand into a well-tended strategy of credibility and trust. Key takeaways. Authentic presence cultivates dedication. Structured risk analysis prevents costly missteps. Personal storytelling builds a strong, relatable brand. Call to action. If you feel inspired to lead with authentic boldness, hit like, share with your team, and subscribe for more historical insights transformed into actionable steps. Reflective question. In what ways can you bring yourself to the front lines of your current projects, and how will that presence reshape the engagement of those you lead? Chapter 4, From Empire to Enterprise, Modern Applications of Caesar's Wisdom. The world today demands agility, scale, and relentless pursuit of excellence, qualities that defined Julius Caesar's reign. Yet the modern entrepreneur can distill Caesar's philosophy into a tactical playbook. Strategic vision, right arrow market positioning. Every empire requires a unique position. Identify a market niche that is underserved or where the existing solutions fail. Use your vision sheet to articulate a compelling value proposition that speaks to that gap. Decisive action, right arrow rapid experimentation. Create a rapid iteration cycle. Test a hypothesis, measure the outcome, adjust. Treat each experiment like a skirmish. Quick to launch, swift to evaluate, then either conquer, scale, or retreat, refine. Adaptability, right arrow modular growth. Design your business with modularity. Break it into independent units that can pivot without compromising the overall structure. This mirrors Caesar's strategy of dividing forces to adapt to changing terrains. Resilience, right arrow psychological safety. Foster an environment where failure is not just tolerated, but analyzed. Encourage teams to capture insights after every setback, thereby building collective resilience. Self-confidence, right arrow personal branding. Confidence in Caesar's era came from clear communication of purpose. Craft a personal manifesto that outlines your mission, vision, and the impact you seek. Use it consistently across your professional network. Concrete example, pilot program. Launch a small, self-contained product line or service offering. Use limited resources, collect data, and expand only once the pilot's performance meets criteria you've preset. This low-risk experimentation feeds direct into your strategic vision. Concrete example, adaptive workforce. Implement cross-training across departments so that when market demands shift, employees can fluidly shift responsibilities. This flexibility reduces downtime and preserves momentum. Concrete example, resilience retreat. Schedule quarterly retreats devoted to retrospection, celebrating small wins, and brainstorming solutions to obstacles. These sessions keep morale high and focus sharpened. Key takeaways. A well-crafted vision directs all market initiatives. Experimentation accelerates learning and growth. Flexibility and resilience create sustainable enterprises. Call to action. If you're ready to turn classical wisdom into modern success, like this video, share it with your network, and subscribe for more actionable history lessons. Reflective question. What aspect of Julius Caesar's strategy resonates most with the challenges you face today, and how can you implement it as a game-changing practice? Chapter 5, The Legacy Lives, Your Call to Caesar's Path. Julius Caesar's life proves that a single individual, guided by disciplined principles, can redraw the borders of an entire civilization. His final words, an embodiment of courage, foresight, and relentless drive, still echo across the ages. To carry on Caesar's legacy, one must commit daily to a practice of intentional growth. 1. Revisit your vision sheet until it becomes instinctive. 2. Make at least one bold decision each week that pushes boundaries. 3. Embrace setbacks as data points, not verdicts. Your journey begins the moment you decide to integrate these practices into your routine. Let history be your teacher and action be your mentor. Concrete steps to begin. Morning manifest. Each dawn, spend 5 minutes recalling Caesar's decisive cross Rubicon. Visualize your own boundary to cross and commit to a bold act that day. Weekly debrief. At week's end, evaluate what decisions propelled you forward, which ones stalled progress, and adjust accordingly. Monthly mastery. Select one principle from Caesar's core tenets and experiment with it across all projects. Measure its impact and scale the practice if it proves beneficial. Key takeaways. History is a mirror. It reflects actionable lessons. Discipline, courage, and adaptability are your continuous allies. The empire of your life is built one decision at a time. Call to action. If these stories and insights have ignited your ambition, please like this video, share it with anyone who could use a surge of motivation, and subscribe so we can continue exploring the crossroads where ancient wisdom meets modern triumph. Reflective question. Today, what single action will you take that moves you closer to the life you envisioned in your vision sheet? And how will you honor Julius Caesar's legacy of purposeful, decisive excellence?